What's going on, everyone? This week, trade speculation is running wild. Footy finals are set and football in it. What's going on, everyone? We're here with episode number 118 of the Storm and Beach podcast, talking about all things great and garbage from our sports viewing this week. What's going on, fellas?
Not much.
Thanks, Matt, the usual. Keelan, what's going on?
Oh, yeah. Going all right. Thank you, Isaac. I'm actually a little bit sick of Matt saying the same thing every week.
We wish you'd mix it up once in a while.
Yeah. It'd be really good. But yeah, I've run out of content now.
Yeah, fair enough. For those not on the YouTube, subscribe, like and subscribe. Matt's not here this week. That wasn't him at the start of the show.
Yeah, wow.
In case you were confused.
I was.
He's off on a comedy tour or something, I think he said, into regional Queensland. Big noting us this week.
Wasn't that yesterday?
It might have been. I don't know.
Damn, we could ask him how it went, but he's not fucking here.
Yeah. Damn shame.
Wow. I guess
we could ask next
forget
week.
About it. No,
we'll just forget about it.
Yeah. That'd be silly.
Oh. Thanks for asking. Yeah,
I hadn't even said what I've been up to yet, you fucking dog.
Keelan, what has been going on with you?
So the weekend I watched some footy.
Oh, yeah, nice.
And played some Warhammer with a friend of the show, Zach. And
actually played it?
Yeah, we played again.
Wow.
Well, he's not friend of the show because I don't think he listens, but friend, Miss Harry was there as well.
Yeah.
Not Harry from Salty Season, the other Harry.
Yeah. Acquaintance of the show.
Acquaintance of the show, yeah.
Yeah.
I'd just like to let the listeners know that Zach did get defeated. And that is all. Thank you.
How does now this is just going to tank our listenership. How does one get defeated in a game of Warhammer?
So take Call of Duty.
Yeah,
you're playing Domination, for example.
Sure. Yep.
Very similar in that there are objectives on the board.
Okay.
At least the game mode we're playing the same mode every time, so we can learn the rules.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, you just kind of camp your little. You both start on either side of the board or whatever. You have to go get the other objectives and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
You score points at the start of your next turn, so your units can be wiped off the board in the meantime.
Gotcha. And I assume if you lose the objectives, then you are defeated, or is it just like you lose all your troops?
You get points for however many objectives you have at the start of your next turn.
Gotcha.
And the person that goes last gets the points at the end of their last turn. You only get 5 turns each.
Right. And then it's based on points accumulation, I assume.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Once we learn the rules, there's secondary objectives too. They draw out of a deck.
Yep.
And there's other things you can do and whatnot. But
fair enough. So it's probably for Call of Duty fans, it's probably more similar to game mode such as Hardpoint. But with multiple objectives that don't move.
Yeah, it's probably more similar to Battlefield in the way that there's 5 objectives on the board.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
I haven't played a Battlefield in a while, since whatever the big one was that came out during COVID.
Battlefield 1 was the last one I think I played with the World War I guns.
No, it definitely wasn't that one. It was it was 2048 or something like that. It had a lot of numbers.
Yeah. The slightly futuristic one.
Yeah. It was that one. And I played it for, I don't know, 10 hours and then refunded it because it was dog shit.
Dude, Battlefield do be like that. It's everyone wants a realistic shooter or whatever.
Yeah. You don't.
And then they realize they're wrong because your gun's doing this on your screen as you're running. And you're that is just the most uncomfortable thing to watch, bro. It's no, I just want to play Black Ops 3 over and
Yeah.
over and over again
Yeah.
for 300 plus hours, please.
Until you have to run for 7 minutes, find a spot to camp in for 5 until you see someone, and then a plane just mows you down from above from nowhere.
Yeah, that's not it, is it?
That up until then, yeah, you want to play a realistic shooter.
Yeah.
Once that happens, it's like, yeah, this is just a hiking simulator at this point.
If I wanted to play hiking simulator, I'd play Death Stranding.
True.
Which is a good hiking simulator, actually. Very artistic. Very good. And it looks pretty. But yeah, what's going on with you besides hating Battlefield or whatnot?
Yeah, thanks for asking.
All right, sweet. That joke always lands, sorry.
Yeah, very good. No, so when we moved down here, one of the first
He's always talking about owning property. It's so fucking weird.
One of the first new pets we acquired was rabbits, because they're not illegal here, right?
They wascally little ones.
And we got 2, and then we got a third shortly after. The 2 we got at the start were both meant to be boys.
Oh, no, I can see where this is going already.
Brown one being Chalky, and bluey grey one being Rocky, because he was the colour of, blue metal rocks, if you will. We figured out, after a bit, when they got a bit bigger and started looking slightly different, we did some checks, and Rocky is now Roxy.
You did some checks.
Yeah. Took a look under the hood and figured out what was actually going on.
There's no penis here.
Yeah. And then, today, pretty unexpected. We had some hunches yesterday, given some different behaviour from rocks. But yeah, today we've got 6 little bunny, bean things.
This is why they're illegal, dude.
Yeah.
Because they breed like rabbits.
Yeah.
It's in the name.
So, you'll be able to see them when you come visit in a couple of weeks' time. They'll be marginally bigger, I imagine.
I kind of want to come down now and see the little jelly beans, if I'm honest.
They're about... they're pretty big. They're probably about, 3 inches. It's a pretty standard size.
Pretty average size, though.
Pretty average.
Yeah.
And maybe like an inch wide sort of thing. And they're, eyes closed. They're pretty cute. They look, about, about that big. They're pretty cute little things. See how they go. Hopefully they do all right.
Yeah. So how many right now currently?
So now we have...
as opposed to right now in the future?
Yeah, now we have 9 rabbits currently.
Oh, well, I'll check in 2 weeks and see what the count's at.
Yeah. Thank you. Hopefully they go all right during the heat wave over the weekend. We might have to make some adjustments. A couple of our chooks didn't do so well in the heat this week, so been on the mend. One of them's still on the mend. One of them's back okay.
Yeah, well, I mean...
But, I've got ice blocks full of berries.
You wouldn't believe it. They taste like chicken
in the freezer now. This is true.
And rabbits meant to be pretty
cooked.
Rabbits meant to be pretty nice. Oh yeah, slow cooked. Yeah,
exactly. Yeah, rabbit. Could be an option. One of them might be renamed Stuart. STEW.
No, I got it. It was just I just didn't like it.
Mm-hmm.
Please don't.
Please
don't misrepresent.
Maybe if we do have that Lord of the Rings marathon over grand final weekend, we could have a couple of braised conies.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I can make potatoes.
My wife would kill me, I think.
Yeah. It'd be good for the bit, though, wouldn't it?
Very true. All right. Moving on. First segment, unofficially sponsored, insert Butcher here, Butcher of the Week. Keelan.
This didn't really happen this week, but it's not really shit list worthy. And I saw the stat this week. So Jamie Vardy has been relegated from the Premier League and then promoted back to the Premier League and scored the same amount of goals as Anthony in the Premier League in that period of time. Yeah.
Tough look for Anthony.
Mm-hmm.
And he plays at a more struggling club, doesn't he, Anthony?
He does. Yeah. I'm not even joking. He does. Yeah. United suck.
True.
Yeah. Actually, I'm just gonna skip ahead and bring one of my other stats forward. I'd like to congratulate Andre Onana from United as well, because I've just gone to paste it instead of there we go, because he's become the first ever Premier League goalkeeper to concede 60 goals in under 40 Premier League games.
Now, is that more a reflection on him or the players?
No, it's 100% a reflection of the entire team in front of him.
Yeah.
Given that Ten Hag's whole thing is that he wants to turn the ball over, like at the other end of the pitch, I don't think he's doing that very well.
Yeah, good point. Now, remind me where Anthony plays.
Up the front. Sorry, yeah, he's not a goalkeeper. Anthony's not a goalkeeper. He should be probably scoring some goals.
So perhaps the issue lies somewhere between Anthony and Onana. Have we thought about that?
Wow. That is profound. Also, is my video like really delayed for you, or that is my computer?
It like tuned down to like, I don't know, 480 maybe. It's still live. It's just slightly fuzzier, but it's okay. No one watches the YouTube anyway. Jump over and subscribe and like on the latest YouTube video.
I'm gonna have to close some Chrome tabs over here. My computer's just having a bad time.
Maybe you're down to 144. You're 8-bit Keelan currently.
I'm not worried. I'm very worried. I think I'm back.
Yeah. You're still cool. a little bit bitty, but
but I like fully froze there for a sec when I closed the transfer market webpage, so I will not be recounting transfers this week. We'll leave that for next week.
Sounds good.
Man, I need a new computer off here.
Mm-hmm.
IT guy.
Yeah. Okay. So tough double nomination for a couple of Man U players.
Yeah, weird that.
Butcher of the week. Yeah. Very interesting. I don't know if I have any butchers this week. I think I'm... No, pretty good week.
Wow.
I think. Not great for show content.
Not good for show content, no.
Yeah.
Oh, you put Matt down.
Butcher of the week, Matt, for not dialing in on the Riverside app on his phone.
Watch him be like, yeah, but I had an emergency doctor's appointment or whatever. Like make us feel really bad for.
It's like, yeah, I bet, dude.
We've heard this story arc before, champ.
Yeah, we get it. Your tube's bad,
dude. It's like he's here with us. Well, I've got a shit list.
A movement.
This could be.
Let's pump it out.
This. Yeah. Oh yeah, how's your plumbing going?
Better. Yeah, better now.
That's good.
Thanks for asking. Yeah, actually had a guy here today fixing it again, which is good.
Everything dropped out for me there for a sec.
Yeah, all good. You're still moving on the screen.
So okay. This is a great time.
Oh, this is where I get to fill the air and do what Keelan did the other week when I dropped out 17 billion times during the show because my computer kept restarting. Keelan's shit list nomination is Joe Danaher. I'm not sure if it's for the same reason that I've noted here, but Joe has done it. He's won the Golden Jetter Award this week. He's only the second player in the history of the VFL AFL to kick a behind in every game of the home and away season. First to do it since Jason Dunstall. So shout out Joe for being completely inaccurate all of the time. As previously covered, the award named after Lewis Jetta, who kicked 19 behinds in a row before a goal.
I have no idea what happened there, pal. But I'm back.
Yeah, I'm hearing an echo.
Oh, God damn it. Testing.
So, might be better?
Yep. Yeah. Nah, not working. It's bullshit. I quit.
Well, we can hear him, but I don't think he can hear us. But this is fine. We'll put Joe on the list. I assume Keelan may have put him down for the same reason. But this is okay. We can move along. Oh, he's left. It's just me. You're stuck with me. Now, I would skip ahead to the next segment, but unfortunately that is round recaps of the last round of the AFL home and away season. And it's a bit boring doing that by yourself. As much as I love laughing at my own jokes, it's not the most fun thing to do. Gets a bit stale pretty quick. But what I could do instead is cover the finals as they're currently set for the AFL, given the season is now wrapped up. Sydney had already won the minor premiership before this round had started and finished, but everything else was still up for grabs. So coming up on Thursday, the 5th of September, is the first final between Port and Geelong. Port hosting that one. We'll do our tips for these ones all in the next episode, so don't skip ahead. Then we have Bulldogs Hawthorn, which might be game of the first round of finals. Sydney GWS and Brisbane Carlton at the Gabba. So looking forward to all of those. Hello, Keelan. He's not all the way back. Definitely not all the way back. I might be able to hear him. Maybe. I don't think he can hear me, though. But that's okay. I think pretty strong premiership favourite, still Sydney. Keelan's gone again. And that's probably who I'll back, I think, throughout. They do have a few players to come back from injury in their best 23, I guess. But we will see how that goes. All predictions will come out next week. Covering a bit of Gold Coast-related off-season news now that the season is done for the Suns. One of my favourite players, Sam Day, has been not offered another contract for next year. So condolences to both myself and everyone who always followed my advice in betting him for anytime goal scorer every week that he played. That's a big loss for the good guys there each week. In relation to players wanting to come to the Gold Coast, which hasn't happened before, a little bit of interest with John Noble from the Pies making it known that he wants to be traded up to the GC, as well as Dan Rioli from Richmond, a little rekindling with his old coach. So both, good additions to potentially half back. And I'm very interested to see how they go in the team. Quite interesting to see them come in and do what they can. Another Suns record was broken as well, with Sam Flanders this season averaging 30.9 disposals per match, and breaking the Suns record with 680 disposals for the whole season. Oh,
there we are.
We got him back, but I haven't go again.
Why?
I don't know.
Doesn't make any sense.
Doesn't make sense. If I say something, it definitely echoed through you then. I could see the purple. But I don't know why. Filling air is a lot harder than it looks.
Yeah, fucking see how it feels, dude.
And he's gone again. Good stuff. This is going to be another greatly disjointed episode. What was I saying? Oh, yeah, season's disposal record. So Sam Flanders broke that one, surpassing Gary Ablett Jr., son of God, with a previous record of 675 in a season. So always a good time. You've done well when you've broken a record owned by Gablett Jr. Pretty long time coming. I think he set that one in 2012. So huge season for Sam Flanders after getting back regularly into the team. Love to see it. Keelan is attempting to rejoin. We'll see how he goes. For Football In It fans, we will also take the opportunity in next week's episode to do our full season prediction with top four and relegations. We may do a little bit more than that, but I think that's where we'll land. So anyone who's hanging out for that, don't skip ahead, but it will be in next week's episode at the end. Whoa. He may be back, maybe not.
I think I am.
Hello, caller.
Yeah, so what's the deal with the state of the game at the moment?
Some may describe it as shambolic. It appears the bump is dead, and I think it's just not very good for footy. How are you
I was
doing
looking
over
for
there?
a joke button.
Yeah, gotcha.
How about this?
I feel like we're all the way
Sweet.
back. Perfect. Yeah, that's
Awesome.
that's where
All right,
that's
cool.
where we're up to anyway. Oh, actually, we were doing shit lists. Finish off your nomination.
I heard you talking about him.
Joe Danaher. Yeah. What was the reason for your nomination?
No, I just think his
Joe
moustache
Danaher
is not as good as mine. Yeah.
Fair enough. Yeah, it must be bad then.
Oh, hold on.
Yours isn't great.
Hold on a second.
Joe Danaher.
No, don't put that down.
Bad
No.
Moustache. And
yeah, you got the Golden Jets.
Jetta award.
But hear me out. Is it a good thing or is it a bad?
Okay.
No. Is it a good thing or is it a bad thing? Because on one end, this couples him with the chief, Jason Dunstall, as the only other person to kick it behind in every game of the regular season. But
pretty good company.
I think you'll probably find that season Jason Dunstall probably kicked an average of 20 goals a game.
Yeah, it was probably like I don't know, probably like 120 and 40 or something like that. Goals and behinds.
So
definitely not.
Yeah. So look, it's shit list, but it just feels rude. But I couldn't do it as a butcher because it's a whole season long, you know. So that.
And you expect better of a key forward. Arguably the big key forward of Brisbane's forward line.
Well, they've got, forwards that don't like kicking goals at all. So, But so there's a suggestion going around that perhaps it should be named the Golden Jetta Award should be named the Smokin' Joe. Because, Jetta, may not have kicked a goal in his first 19 attempts, but he didn't last a whole season. He didn't kick it behind in every game.
This is true. It feels like, the naming of it is possibly misleading.
Yep. So I think we should split the two awards off.
Maybe it could be the Smoking Chief.
Nah, because that makes it sound like a good thing.
Makes it sound like a Native American.
At least use the correct terminology there. Matt just rolled over in his grave.
What? I thought I was being politically correct.
Yeah, that's why Matt didn't like
it. Oh, right. Oh, I thought you said at least.
No, at least you did.
At least you were, or you did use it.
Yeah. So Joe Danaher's kicked. Let's see. On average,
quite a few.
On average, he's had 2 goals, 2 behinds a game. So,
I mean, it's not bad. Like, you'd be happy with 2 goals a game, but also,
you wouldn't be happy to kick it behind every game.
No.
But yeah, shall we? After we've just got all our interruptions out of the way now too, so we could probably move on to the recaps, couldn't we?
Yep, sounds good.
Or not, whatever you want.
Hit the button.
Oh, are you talking and I can't hear
you? Maybe. I am talking.
It's a shambles.
Just after he said all the interruptions were done. Is it? Jesus Christ. Is it his computer? Is it the connection between computer and audio interface? I'm not sure. I can hear him. He can't hear us. Ground control to Keelan. Nothing. It's hard to tell if it's mainly a computer issue because he looks like a potato on the screen. So it could be audio specific, but I feel like the problem might be bigger. He looks better now, but he still can't hear anything clearly. He's going to have to figure something out here. Wah. Not ideal. I guess while we wait, a little bit of a spoiler. I might as well do the Shoon of the Week recap. Hello, caller.
Oh, we're there.
I hear you through your camera microphone. God, he sounds horrific.
I can't change it either. It doesn't let you change it mid-recording. I have to leave and come back
Okay.
again.
Oh, good thing we're not getting paid to do this. Otherwise we'd be in trouble. While we wait for him, Shoon of the Week recap. Matt had the Swans who won by 31. Keelan had Hockball who won by $1.5 billion, 124. And I had the Lions who won by 20 at the Gabba. Welcome back.
And my computer's running on hopes and dreams.
Yeah, sounds like it. When you hit the button before, we heard it, but it was very sad.
Yeah, good.
It was like, oh. Yeah.
All right, well.
Should we try and crack on while we're connected?
Yep.
Alrighty. Okay, round 24 recaps. First up at the MCG, we had Melbourne Demons 8-9-57, Collingwood Magpies 15-13, 103.
There's nothing better than Friday night footy on the eve of finals between two teams that aren't playing finals, except maybe a 36-minute lightning delay in the fourth quarter to edge all the footy cucks.
Oh, pretty good. I forgot that happened.
Yeah.
Just truly awful. Josh and Nick made a day of it because it was going to be their 14th and last time on the G this year. Both boys will need the extended off-season break to get over their bouts of leather poisoning.
Yes.
Both of them with 40 disposals.
Must be tough.
Yeah. They were just racking them up at the end. Just heaps of 1-2, 1-2s.
Well, yeah.
It was a bit silly.
Got to get the vote somehow, don't you?
Yeah. Yeah. Very true. Very true. I forgot about the lightning delay. I was like, please just end this. It's like wasn't even close.
It was like 10 p.m. and you're like, oh, yeah, dude, I'm so glad the footy's still on.
Yeah, exactly. So I can watch one team beat the other team by 40 points when they're both not playing finals.
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't really watch it, would you believe? I had shit to do.
Shocker.
Yeah.
It certainly wasn't the best to watch.
No.
They could have just stayed in the sheds with the delay. That would have been fine.
Yeah, okay.
I think everyone would have been okay with it.
I don't think Essendon would have... not Essendon, fucking... I don't think Melbourne would have complained too hard about it.
No, exactly. All right, should we move to the next game then?
Yeah, Hawk.
Launceston, Hawthorn, 26-14, 170. North Melbourne, 7-4-46.
Wowee.
Goodness me.
So during this game, I tested how well you can stream KO Sports over mobile data in the ocean. Because I was with Emma's family and we took their boat out to look for whales through the seaway and whatnot. I had reception the whole time. Like, we could still see the seaway and whatever, but I was like, I reckon I might drop out. No. My phone ran out of battery before anything else could happen.
You can drive down the M1 and lose reception, and you're on land, pretty near civilization at most times.
Yeah.
Like, people live there, but you're just out in the ocean.
Whales have 5G.
Maybe that's how they do it. Maybe the whales have 5G chips installed in them.
I didn't see any whales either. That must have been
like
charging.
Mobile Telstra phone booths. There's free Wi-Fi out there.
All right, I've got a little bit longer one. I wrote a few that are more... It's not that long.
I bet Emma loves that.
When I say a little bit longer, it's really not that long.
Slightly above average one.
Yeah. 5 minutes in, fair weather Hawk fans were complaining about shitty Tasmanian weather and how they can't, can't wait to never play in Tassie again. I can't read off my phone. I'm so sorry. While the Hawk faithful patiently waited for things to get going, and my goodness, did they get going. Dylan had more than anyone else. The Wizard put a spell on the Roos, and Newcombe got his mitts on the pill more than anyone else. In the Tassie tussle, the Alistair Clarkson and Liam Shields derby, Hawk gave them a less than subtle reminder who the happy team is.
Very good. And what the listeners might enjoy is that we've both referred to it as a Tassie tussle.
Yeah. Well, we've got to make the most of it until the Devils come in.
This is true. Yeah, until the tuna school up down there.
Also, the broadcast cut away from the Liam Shields getting chaired off for his retirement, which is a bit rude, given that they had one player from either team cheering him off because they were ex-teammates. They had Bruce and Gunston, I think, walk off with him for Hawthorn, and then I don't know, fucking some North player on the other side.
Yeah, a brutal. Tough look.
Yeah.
Very tough look. In the Tassie tussle for the Tasman Isle, the Tassie Hawks trounced the Tassie Kangaroos by 1 ton and 2 dozen.
I didn't really enjoy that in the way that I really did. It's pretty good. But yeah, Hawk locked in finals and not even scraping in. How good. Oh, spoilers.
All the way in.
All the way
in. In the filler time, I ran through the finals matches that are coming.
Oh, you did the bracket?
Week. I didn't do my bracket. I just set up what the first round is.
I haven't done my actual bracket either. I just meant
we can do it next week, I think.
Yeah, sounds sensible. I guess we'll go move down the highway to Geelong.
Yeah, jump on the Spirit of Tasmania, and then go down the highway.
Yeah, sorry. I'm just used to you saying jump on the I feel like you say that a lot for the Geelong games. I was trying to segue.
Yeah.
But no, I want to do it.
Okay.
Geelong 26.12.168. It's a weird IP address. Normally you got another number there as well. Versus West Coast 11,975.
Geelong film fanatics strap themselves in for a Cameron-directed thriller. Oh no, I've written something very small here. I can't read it. Let's start again. Geelong film fanatics strap themselves in for a Cameron-directed thriller at GMHBA as the Cats chow down on the West Coast Canaries.
You're an idiot. Because you were doing a film thing and you didn't even have a crack at take 2. Like you could have just hit yourself with a take 2. That would have been pretty good. I've also gone down the JC route. Troubling times at GMHBA coming into finals against the third worst team in the comp. You would expect an easy victory. Instead, Jeremy Cameron lost by 2 goals against a dominant West Coast side.
Yeah, I was. I thought about it, and then I got sucked in.
Sucks to suck.
Yeah, it was a good come from behind victory.
Yeah,
for the Eagles over Jeremy Cameron. But unfortunately, the rest of the Geelong Cats kicked 17 goals as well.
Oh, I missed that part.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
It wasn't 1v 22, 23. There was other blokes playing for Geelong, which is unfortunate. Wild. But credit to the Eagles for hanging in there and getting the win over JC.
I guess they really just wanted to get their interim coach out. They didn't want to do a good job for him at all.
No, poor bloke. He's cooked. Yeah.
Yeah, he's had half a dozen games.
Yeah.
Now he's coaching career's over. He can go coach North or fucking Essendon, I suppose.
Possibly. He won 2 in a row and everything was looking great for next year, and then went off the rails pretty quick.
Didn't it then go off the rails when Harley Reid got sussied? Or was that before?
Yes.
Yeah. And then they just never recovered.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sounds about right. All right. At the MCG, Richmond 10-6-66. Cocker Suns 14-10-94.
Suns roast Tigers, reducing their away game hoodoo and serving up the wooden spoon.
Lovely. Very good. The Suns playing the long game, gaining some form for the 2025 Grand Final, capping off 100% win rate at the MCG this season.
Oh, I'll say it now. I just want to get in there before everyone gets a little too crazy. 2025 AFL Grand Final is going to be Hawthorn Gold Coast.
That would be wild.
Yeah, first final series makes it to the Grand Final, loses to Hawthorn. Wow, that'd be nuts.
Shout out Ben Long, best forward with 3 goals. Hence the long game that they were playing.
Mm-hmm.
This was absolute walk in the park. Never going to lose. But yeah, good to get 100% win rate for the season at the G, at the home of footy. 1 from 1 this year.
That's wild.
Yeah.
I can't believe Richmond was scheduled that game though, because they suck.
Yeah. I'm surprised they didn't move it undercover, to be honest. But yeah, good to...
Oh, no one else could have played there that day, though. That's actually fair. Because I'd already had Hawk going down to...
Oh, yeah,
Lottie,
true.
so there would have actually been no other option for that game. That makes a lot of sense, yeah.
Makes sense. But yeah, good to finish the season on a win, even though not ideal. That being said, finals would have been good. Got to win some more away games. But it's still the most successful season in the Suns' history. You got to take the good with the bad.
Well, I think the ladder position thing is a bit skewed because there are some teams that are really, really fucking bad, giving a lot of people some wins, right?
Yes,
and that makes a decent amount of points drop further down the ladder.
Yeah,
than you'd hope.
Unfortunately, the Suns dropped points against some of those teams, so certainly that doesn't help. The case. But yeah, 11 wins, most successful season in their history, still 13th.
But yeah,
tough season.
2 games out of
had
finals.
To get 14. Yeah,
still better than the Demons.
Still better than the Demons. Good stuff. Okay, and then we had...
I'm actually kind of annoyed they didn't win by slightly more.
Me too.
Only because of St Kilda's ladder position.
Yeah, but I conceded that point because Saints won anyway. Right again, spoilers.
They finished on the same amount of points. It was a percentage thing. They missed it by 0.3%.
Yeah, but earlier draft pick. So I was like, well, we're not playing finals. We might as well get as far down as possible.
Yeah.
To get a slightly early draft pick.
So sorry, fuck St Kilda. We'll take the pick. I get you.
Yes.
Yep.
Exactly.
Yep. I was thinking
that's the best possible
in
outcome
at this point, the shortest term.
Yes.
And you were coaching for the future.
Yeah, exactly. Moving into next season already.
Yeah. The undefeated streak starts now.
That's right.
Yeah.
Up to the Gabba. Brisbane Lions, 11-21. 87. Essendon, 10-7, 67. All of the money I made on Gold Coast immediately lost on Brisbane.
Did you bet the over?
I bet Brisbane to win by, whatever the line was, 35. Brisbane to win by 60 plus, Brisbane to win by 80 plus, Joe Danaher to kick, a good handful of goals, all the things you'd expect. And then they just come out and kick, 21 behinds.
It's a lot.
Which is sweet. Yeah. And 4 of those behinds in the last quarter to Essendon's 5 goals straight, which really didn't help the margin.
You'd be happy to know, though, Eric Hipwood's back in the points, literally. But yeah, so your gambling woes kind of actually lean into my recap here, which is it's another little longer-winded one.
Mm-hmm.
But I think you'll appreciate it. The Lions kick a billion behinds.
Behinds.
The Lions kick a billion behinds in match-fixing scandal. Head coach Chris Fagan admitted post-match, yeah, so I wanted the boys to win by 20 points today, with it being 20 years since Essendon last won a final. And you know what? It worked out well. Kicking 21 behinds total is a funny way to let them know it'll be almost 21 years until their next chance to break their dry streak.
Pretty good.
Yeah, it was a bit... Look,
very good.
I definitely got creative on that one because Matt's not here for his Western Bulldogs recap. Someone had to get a bit wild.
Yeah. I love the very good use of artistic license there.
Thank you.
Immediately add 365 days onto Essendon's losing streak.
Yeah.
Days without a final one. Thanks for coming. All right, I had Brisbane Ions continue their positive charge towards September, giving Essendon another L.
Yeah, respectfully, so fuck off. Pretty good, though.
Yeah, it's so bad, it's good.
I don't understand how your brain gets there, though. Like, did you mistype Lions and go, oh, yeah, there's a joke in this? Or
no, I just immediately went Essendon loss, and how can I get an L to Essendon?
You start doing the algebra, you're like, all right, if I actually literally take the L from over here, that leaves them with Ions. Yeah, okay.
I'm sitting there like Zach Galifianakis in the Hangover, like trying to count the cards.
That's pretty good though.
Yeah, it's one for the science footy fans out there.
Like, to be fair, the entry level there, I guess, for the fans is like year 8 science.
Yeah.
So like it is an easily understandable joke.
One for everyone.
Yeah.
Pretty happy with it, especially your reaction.
Yep.
So it's good. It's a good one, but it's so kind of shit at the same time.
Yeah. No,
but it's so shit that it's good.
It's shit in a good way, legitimately.
Yeah.
Yeah. And this is the kind of podcast we're devolving into. We're saying how shit something is to be good.
Yeah. Podcast number, episode number 118, Shit in a Good Way.
I might actually do that. Can you write it down in the outline? Because if I open another Chrome tab, my computer will probably shit its pants again.
In a bad way.
So, joking about, bad podcast content. I saw a clip earlier and it was like, I don't know what the original podcast was because it was someone remixing the clip. And it's this chick and she goes on, she's like, so what a lot of people don't realize, when they get married, you become a husband and wife. And yeah, so when you get married, you're actually becoming each other's immediate family.
I saw that one, and that's what made me stop doom scrolling at that point in time earlier today.
Yeah.
I just locked my phone and walked away.
I was like, absolutely fucking not. But the dude remixing it afterwards is like, yeah, no, there's just too much podcasting equipment out there. There's too much now. Can we have like some sort of buyback where we start buying back people's podcasting equipment?
There needs to be background checks and buybacks.
Yeah, legitimately. Like we're sports journalists, so we're fine.
Yeah.
But I don't think we need infinite amounts of relationship podcasts, for example.
Mm-hmm. There needs to be a waiting period on podcast equipment. Like you shouldn't be able to just walk into, JB Hi-Fi, for example, and get a microphone.
No.
You should have to register. They do a background check, 60-day waiting period. And then, once they've established whether you've got any, legitimate substance on how to talk about things, then you can, come in and collect.
My problem is actually distribution itself of the podcast, because it's all these kids and all these people turning their semi-automatic podcasts into something more akin to a fully automatic podcast with something like a bump stock.
They got bump microphones.
But I don't know. I don't know what the equivalent would be. I feel like it's like the Podbean equivalent, which is what we use to actually publish the podcast. But
yes,
a bump distributor, which just sounds kind of fucking. It gets lost.
There should be. There should be clip restrictions, like magazine restrictions on guns.
Yeah.
Like, certain states you can only have a magazine that holds X amount of bullets. You should only be able to distribute so many clips per week.
We'd be
we would be nowhere near that quota, obviously, because we don't do clips.
Yeah, because Matt, the marketing guy, does nothing.
Yeah.
He's not.
There's
here.
a reason why he's still at uni for marketing.
Yeah, because he doesn't understand that you have to do things.
Yeah.
Correct. just to clarify, anyone listening to this that happens to have a connection with Matthew personally, which is probably all of you, send him a message. Let him know that you want to see our clips in your feed more often. Yeah, hit him with where clip. That's it. Yeah.
Or when clip.
The 5 W's and H and the how as well. Hit him with how clip at the very end. And we'll see how that goes.
Yeah, thank you.
Convinced he doesn't know how to on Riverside because he's not done one since we've.
That is wild. It's so easy too. Even I can do it.
Yeah,
and my computer doesn't work.
I mean, same. Clearly, Matt's got a perfectly good gaming PC.
Yeah, exactly. All right, shall we move on to the next game?
Yeah, can do. Got lost.
SCGs. Sydney Swans 18-13, 121.
There we go.
Adelaide Crows 13-12, 90.
Mine's shit, so I'll just get it out of the way. Sydney are all the way back. Convincingly beating a season-long lackluster Adelaide team to lock themselves in as minor premiers.
Mine's also not nearly as good as the last one. Sydney swan their way to the minor premiership, celebrating another win to swoop into September in superb stead.
I was 75% committed into doing the Sydney swan their way into what final, the exact same bit. So I'm very glad the 25% took over.
Yeah, appreciate that. Otherwise, we would have just been Spider-Man memeing.
Yeah,
it would have been the same headline on the front and the back of the paper.
Hey, there's nothing wrong with that.
This is true.
Yeah, it's journalism at its finest.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, a bit of a shootout. I don't think Sydney's pressure acts were up necessarily in this one, given the result didn't matter. It was just getting another rep in for most of the team heading into September. But always good to see a nice high-scoring game at the same time.
Good for the fans. Okay. Good for footy.
Next up.
Why do I keep talking just as you start talking?
This motherfucker.
Dude, it's legitimately just like natural timing because I'm not even like waiting for until you're about to start talking. It's just how it's happening, I promise.
Yeah. Yes. I think it's an adequate amount of time that you probably need to fill the space.
Yeah.
We do that a lot on top of Matt.
Yeah.
Which, as much as we will get better at that, I promise. It's been 2 years, but we'll get better. Perhaps he just needs to be a bit quicker with articulating his thoughts.
Matt 100% needs to get his brain ticking faster.
He does leave big gaps. I left big gaps earlier, but that's because you weren't in the room with me.
You're working with your own timing at that point. That's fine.
Yeah, I was the only person on the train that was last stop panic station. Didn't know what to do.
At least it didn't derail.
This is true. Didn't derail completely.
Yeah.
Okay, then at Ballarat, we had the Western Bulldogs 14-14-98. GWS Giants 9-7-61.
So we had the Greater Western Sydney and the Greater Western Sydney derby, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool. The Bulldogs end their season with an out-of-this-world performance against the Giants at Mars Stadium. Yeah. And look.
Simple,
straight to the point. I don't think it was like out of this world in a traditional sense. They didn't score 170 points like another team did this weekend. Mm-hmm. But importantly, Giants are a good team.
They're a good team.
So I think that out of this world might be a bit of a stretch, but it's a good victory for the doggies.
Definitely a big-ish scalp going into September.
Confidence boost for them.
Yeah, probably the hardest game of the round, I would say.
I think so.
Western Bulldogs win out west, walking at home after whizzing in the wind made marking their territory worrisome.
It's pretty good.
It was very windy.
Yeah. Ballarat, though, isn't it?
Yeah, expected. 14-14, commendable in those conditions. Anyone would have thought Brisbane played in Ballarat the day before. But yeah, there was a couple of good clips of set shots which were kicked right at goals and then went, 4 goals wide out on the full after getting caught in the wind.
There was another one I saw that was the exact opposite, and it was kicked 4 goals wide on purpose from the looks of it.
Yeah.
And it slotted down the middle. I was like, that is wild.
That was the Giants one, for sure. That was me in under 13's cricket swing bowling in Tasmania, which was just bowling, probably 12th stump outside off and letting the wind take it back in.
Imagine your bowling coach telling you to bowl 12th stump.
I certainly, and that was at the time when I was bowling off spin as well. I would just chuck an arm ball in there, which was medium pace, seam up, in the wind, just trying to swing it in.
Then it got wickets.
Yeah, it did get wickets. It caught people off guard.
Yeah, no shit.
Chuck an arm ball a fair bit quicker, just straight at their legs.
Yeah. I took violent action against someone the other day, actually. One of the guys in another local band posted a video of him getting back into the nets for the first time in a while with some bowling action.
Mm-hmm.
Like regular, like pace style bowling run in. And I said, fuck, mate, that's an awfully long run up for off spin.
Pretty good.
Got him.
Pretty good. Okay. At Marvel, we had Carlton Blues 11-8, 74, fighting for their confirmed life in the top 8 against St Kilda. 11-10, 76.
Nothing like making sure your team is ready for finals football by losing by 2 points to an objectively bad team.
Carlton fans left blue in the face into Sunday night, holding their breath after their Blue Man group put in a laughable performance, losing to the Lord's Legionnaires.
Fuck off.
Oh.
At least they didn't have to wait long, to be fair.
No, that's true. That's true. It wasn't a very long wait. They only had to wait for, another game to finish that I think had
probably already started.
Almost already started, yeah. But quite funny. Given St Kilda had the lead at 3/4 time. Carlton almost pulled it off, and then whatever it was, 12, 15 seconds to go. Hickens kicking the goal just to sink their hopes a little bit. Can't be great for morale going into September.
No, not with like the billion injuries they have.
No, exactly. And they're the Lions aren't the potentially the biggest premiership contender in their current form, but the Blues are a huge underdog up at the Gabba in the first round of finals for good reason.
Yeah. Gabatoir in it.
Yep. Exactly. All right, and then last game of the round to decide the 8, we had Fremantle, 9-13-67. Port Adelaide, 13-9-87.
Ooh. Now, mine's ended up as more of a Freo season recap.
Okay, yep.
But I've got, after losing their do-or-die primetime Sunday afternoon game, the only thing going on Freo's mantelpiece this year is their season's ashes.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
Yeah.
That's like a proper blog headline. Like that one's up on Zero Hanger.
That's disgruntled Fremantle fan on X, the platform formerly known as Twitter.
Yeah. Very good. A bizarre weather event occurred Monday morning as a king tide was reported to be localised to Fremantle, particularly near the docks. Experts hypothesised this was due to a downpour of tears from local... what does that word say? God, my handwriting's atrocious. Local workers soaking the region following Sunday night's loss to Port Adelaide and the Dockers missing finals.
I need to remember to clip that because I thought it was hilarious that you've just done the old notebook right in the face there.
Yeah, you clip the recap where I stopped halfway through because I couldn't read it.
Yeah. Well, this episode is going to be called "So Shit It's Good" anyway, or whatever. So it's fine.
True. Shit in a good way.
Oh, that's right. Shit in a good way.
Definitely need to. We'll get Matt to do that Lions one because that was the crux of the naming. Shit in a good way.
Shit in a good way.
We'll put it on his list. He'll get to it eventually.
He'll get there.
He's only got clips to put out for 117 other episodes, so he'll get around to this one eventually.
Yeah, I think he's maybe edited like less than 10 clips.
I would be surprised if he's made 5 reels.
Yeah, I was going to go between 5 and 10 just to give him on the safe side. You could find out now.
I could figure it out pretty quick.
Like, yeah, you don't have to scroll for long.
Well, the problem is I've got to go through all the posts that I've made.
No. You just click the reels.
Oh, yeah.
You see only reels.
Good point.
Yeah.
Me talking about Lock of the Millennium. Me with a snag baggers multi. Me at People First Stadium. Oh, there's one from Matt, I think.
Wait, you at People's First Stadium, so that's not Matt's one. That's the one we did. Yeah.
Yep.
Only count the ones that Matt
did. Yep. I thought this was going to be one with, I think, with Homer Simpson, camera hat. I made that one. It was, billboard space available on your head.
Yep.
Sir Matt of the Round Table. I think I made that one as well. Calling out the footy with Broden Kelly. Me.
That was you.
Can't tell. This was early in our Riverside days. Probably me again. How good was Steve Smith with Vince McMahon crying? Me.
Oh, yeah. Well, all the Riverside ones are definitely not Matt. We know that Matt's not made one on Riverside,
yes.
so that's an easy...
Yes, that's true.
What are these two that he made then?
I don't know. Should I just go to the oldest ones, because that's probably him? Football Offensive Zone, me, because I made the graphic. Manchester Shitty's new kit, me. You made this one, because you have a message saying this reads like schizophrenia, and it's all messages from Matt in our group chat. Our Chol trade for picks, most watch reel.
I don't think did I make that? Nah, you can tell by the hashtag that's not me. Hashtag NBA, hashtag OKC Thunder, hashtag Golden State Warriors, hashtag GSW, hashtag OKC, hashtag Thunder, hashtag funny, hashtag meme, hashtag comedy, hashtag NBA Finals, hashtag FYP, hashtag insane. Those hashtags are insane.
He might have got you to screen cap it and then put it up. So we'll give him that one.
Yeah.
That's fine. Did he do the editing of the trade?
The Chol one?
The Chol trade? Yeah.
Nah, I'm pretty sure that was me.
Okay, never mind. He did the Aaron Norton 8-year deal. That's fine.
To be fair, though, that one is very much just a clip of Miley Cyrus with text.
True. Yeah, look, okay. He's done
probably
a fair few, actually.
Was it actually him?
He would have. He has to have done most of these ones in the old bunker. I think he has.
Yeah, I have a feeling the Aaron Norton one might have even been me, which is why it's so easy.
Makes sense. Oh, this is actually our most viewed. Our most viewed reel is United in Black and White. Braden Maynard, football acting, Brayshaw into retirement. 14,500 views.
14,500? Where's that?
Yeah.
Oh, holy shit.
Yep. Okay, he's definitely done a few.
But hear me, poor Maynard. Football act. Where'd he go? Soft as, mate. Yeah, all right. It's not bad. He's done a good handful. Yeah. Oh, you can absolutely guess who did the Nick Suvlaki kicks 9 goals to snap 20-game losing streak one, can't you?
Yeah, exactly. Definitely. So he's probably done a good, maybe 2 dozen. If you go right down the bottom, there's a few rows of 3 down there. So credit to him. It's probably been, I don't know, 18 months. Given we moved over to the Riverside, at the end of last year, it's been at least probably 10 months.
Yeah. Well,
which is a bit disappointing because a couple of those early ones had about 3,000 views, which would have been good.
Dude, we really could have capitalized on that. We could be making money off this right now, but instead, Matt's.
Well, I did say earlier it's a good thing we're not. Yeah, I did say earlier it's a good thing we're not getting paid to do this because we're putting in a pretty poor performance when it was just me by myself.
Oh yeah. It was 23rd of October 2023. We're still in the bunker.
Oh, there you go.
So it looks like seemingly just after that.
I did travel. Yeah, I did travel a bit back and forth.
Yeah, for them. So that's it.
Well, credit to Matt then. A bit more credit. Due a bit more credit than we thought.
Nah, recency bias. Cunt's done nothing.
But, yeah, waiting for recency. Not done much.
The funny part is it totally 100% is easier to do now.
It's 1,000,000% easier to do now.
Yeah.
It basically, some of them do themselves. It's not that great at capturing clips, unfortunately, like the AI generated ones. But to make them is super duper easy. Even I can do it. Even I've figured it out.
I just like hitting the clip button. Not that I do it very often, but
when you drop a little
mark and come back to it later.
Does everyone get a notification if one's dropped?
Did you see one when I put it before? Oh, I'll just do one now. This is like a nice little...
Did you do it?
Yeah.
Well, then, you don't see it. So I guess no one's been seeing when I've been doing mine as well.
I see them afterwards. Usually, I'm like, ooh, I wonder what happened then.
You see them, obviously. Yeah. Matt doesn't go back in there. Usually I drop one for Matt's minute.
Oh, yeah, fair. Because it's a shambles.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's usually sometimes funny, but it is also mainly shambolic.
Yeah. And sometimes problematic.
Yes.
Oftentimes problematic, yeah.
Comes with the name.
Yep. No, that's fair.
Problematic.
Anyway, at risk of running for 3 days.
10 years. Yep.
No, both, if you want.
Okay, I covered... Shoe and recap, I'll do it quickly. Matt had Swans, you had Hawk, I had Lions. Matt's on 17, Keelan's on 16, I'm on 16. Keelan had a huge jump in for and against in aggregate, so 515 points to my 451. So I'll have first pick going into the first week of finals, which we'll do next week.
Can't wait for us to both bring Matt down to our level. I'll be on even playing field.
Just waiting. Yeah.
Wait, so I pipped you by 1 point in margin.
Sorry, there's a typo in there.
I was going to say, because that is wild if so.
No. It's like 60.
Oh, okay.
Let me find it. Gotta reopen the sheet.
But yeah, then you said you did the bracket stuff, did you?
Yeah, I just rattled off what the games will be next week, but we can we'll recover them again next week when we do our predictions.
Well, in that case,
we'll do full bracket breakdown as well, full bracketology.
May as well.
Might as well.
Do Premier League predictions as well as finals predictions. Yeah, may as well have a crack.
Yeah,
have a full and solid go.
Sounds good.
So just quietly, there are 3 very interesting things that could happen in finals that I want everyone to keep in mind of for who they want winning games.
Okay.
Because obviously, you can bet with your head and then you can bet with your heart.
Yep.
Now,
or over it as well.
Yeah, always bet over both of those things. So Aaron Francis, who plays for Sydney, Brandon Zerk-Thatcher, who plays for Port, and my boy Massimo D'Ambrosio, who plays for Hawk, are all former Essendon players who are now trying to win a final before Essendon does.
How good?
Yep. And they could, earn them a spot in the 1A final since Essendon won a final All-Stars in the coming weeks.
Yeah, pretty good. Love to see it. Now, I covered a bit of the trade stuff and record breaking in your breaks, but a couple of blokes want to come to Hawks.
Yeah, we got Tom Barras and unfortunately from St Kilda Battle. But I won't hold his old team against him.
Yep.
He is a good player.
Bit of a fighter.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Mm-hmm.
So it is. It's not just about winning the battle, though. It's about winning the war.
This is true. This is true.
But
Hawthorn's in an okay spot at the moment, so you'd be fine to lose the battle as long as you win the war.
Yeah. Given that I don't think anyone thought we're actually making finals this year.
No.
But yeah, puts us in a great position for these kind of pickups as well. Because both these players, I believe, have requested to go to Hawthorn specifically.
Yep.
Which is correct. You just love to see. And I think is a position that a lot of people have identified as probably being the one area of the pitch that you could probably say you could improve on.
Down back for Hock.
Yeah. Not in attacking output necessarily, because Josh Weddle and Impey and Amon are all pretty fucking elite. But yeah, having like a higher class backup for Sicily as well.
In defensive terms, in hockey terms, a defensive defenseman.
Yeah, it would be nice to have some more defensive defensemen.
Yeah, exactly. So someone else who's not Frosty and his clangers who can play on a key forward.
Frosty has played better than average this season. Definitely better than last season. I think he's almost benefited from Sicily's shoulder, funnily enough, in the way that he is kind of more of. He definitely feels more fullbacky these last couple of weeks, I feel.
Yes. I think. I mean, we haven't determined yet whether that is the key factor. Frost playing better this season might have been what's really propelled Hawthorn up the ladder. That was the missing ingredient all these years. Yet to be determined, but it may just be working out that the game plan is get it out of the back 50 as quickly as possible, so it's not near Frost.
And look, when you've got runners like Weddle and Impey coming out the back, and you've got distribution from Hardwick, Sicily, and Amon, it's pretty easy to get it out of your back 50.
Yeah, torp it down there. Impey's down there somewhere. He'll run onto it.
Carl definitely will pop a torp whenever he feels like it. Trust him.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's both of these guys are good with the ball. I did a 1-to-1 comparison for the boys in the chat the other day, which was Tom Barras and Frosty, and Tom Barras comes out on top. But I think Battle comes out on top again after that on intercept mark numbers, I think.
Very good.
So that's nice. And then I think he also played a bit around as well. I think he even played on the wing a bit, if I'm not mistaken. He's a bit of a he gets around everywhere kind of guy. Yeah,
a bit more mobile.
Yeah.
Definitely. Little bit of a Swiss Army knife type.
Yeah, where I think as Tom Barras would probably play the Frost role.
Yeah. Stay at home.
Battle can
intercept mark.
Yeah, Battle can play elsewhere, a bit further up. Get some higher up the ground turnovers, perhaps. Who knows?
Absolutely. All right, excellent. Should we?
Oh, you done all the Sun stuff
in it?
Done the Sun stuff.
I did. Yeah. Although, it's fine. Yeah, I covered it already.
Yeah, cool.
I'm just happy to see players within their prime requesting to go to the Suns, which isn't just a huge cash grab.
Yeah, facts.
Or retirement to fill a list spot, guaranteed job. What am I looking at there?
The Middle Earth strategy battle game new character model release for the upcoming War of the Rohirrim.
I see.
Yep. So I already saw this picture earlier. I don't know why they emailed me, literally maybe 24 hours after they posted it, but there you go. They're not doing anime style for the miniatures, which is fine because that means it fits in with the rest of them.
Yeah, look, it makes sense, but it doesn't seem genuine, does it, to the source material?
Look, it's fine.
You're fine with it.
I'm happy for content. I just want new Lord of the Rings content that has potential to be good.
This is true. Should we talk about that real quick?
Yeah, so Rings of Power. I
messaged you
Rings
about
that now.
Yeah, I'm going to watch it, right?
Yeah.
We all know this. I don't know how I feel. Perhaps I should rewatch the first season of Rings of Power.
I will be doing
to refresh myself. And maybe I'll let, second season bank up a little bit so I can do a little mini binge.
It really needs 6 weeks. I don't know how many they're planning on this one, but they didn't release many episodes last one. It's just they're all fucking an hour and 15 minutes each.
Yeah, exactly. There was aspects of the last season I really didn't enjoy, like, characters speaking like they're in a musical.
Well, that's elves, isn't it?
It wasn't an elf.
No, who was it?
It was the dwarf lady.
Oh, yeah, no. She looked a bit CG too, to be fair. So
yeah, bit too much.
Yeah,
bit too.
The eyes,
Legolas in the Hobbit.
Oh, yeah,
yeah. But I will rewatch that, and then I will watch this new season. See how it goes. Hopefully, it's better.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
hopefully, there's no slow mo face shots while riding horse.
We should have less of the world building in theory.
True.
Less we'll have Balrog.
Also true. Kind of sweet.
Pretty cool. So yeah. I'm pretty keen for that. And this War of the Rohirrim movie, I have no idea what to expect because it's not even Silmarillion. It's the book's called Someone and Someone or something.
Yeah, it's I don't know. I've lost it.
Yeah,
it's relating to Helm Hammerhand.
Yeah,
but which it should be more on him, but it appears to be more his niece, I think.
Yeah, and I think they've changed.
It's a character that was mentioned that they exist, but wasn't named in one of the sub stories.
And it's they've changed that the two are related, or someone's not. Someone's either related or not related, and they're not, and they weren't originally, or something. But also,
yeah,
I think it's one of those books that was published. Oh, definitely published posthumously because most of them were, right, or like
a lot of them were.
Yeah.
A lot of them were. The stories were like combined or finished or amalgamated by his son.
Yeah.
Or edited and that sort of stuff. Not the main ones, or not the main books, but yeah, a lot of the side stories, like the whole book of unfinished tales, etc.
That one's at least in the name.
Yes, yeah. Correct.
Whereas the version of Lord of the Rings,
sure,
you go.
Yeah, not sure how I feel about the art style.
It's
obviously anime.
It's very anime.
It's very anime though.
Matt's gonna love it.
Oh. He will love it. It
gives me Avatar: Last Airbender.
Avatar. Yeah. That's what I was just thinking. That was the first thing that like jumped out to me. I was like, looks very much the same as that, which is fine.
Yeah, I think it's
not like super where everyone looks like cats.
Yeah, which
anime style.
I'm glad it's not that. I think it's like a nice. It's not that I have any idea on the effort that goes in, but it's probably like a nice middle ground. Time-wise, like it's got to be a bit faster to pump out than something that looks like Attack on Titan, for example, surely. Or like a Into the Spider-Verse animation style. Like that's got to be faster.
Yeah, it must be. Interesting. Part of the cast is the actress who played Eowyn, voicing Eowyn.
That's nice.
Yeah. Cool little wrinkle.
Except she'd be like... Would she not be like way younger in this though? I guess it's only slightly before then.
Well, I don't know. I thought.
What if she's like
the narrator? It says it in the IMDb. It might be narration on old story. Set 183 years before the events chronicled in the original trilogy of the films. Because I knew it was like old enough that it was a known story.
Yeah.
But almost old enough that it was almost like myth a little bit. at the same time, or the story of Hammerhand himself. It'll be interesting.
Yeah,
hopefully it's okay.
I think it is getting a cinema release here.
Yeah,
so
I would
probably go see it.
So maybe make a trip up to do that.
Rude not to. I got a couch.
Agreement to. Sorry.
No, you go.
In it. Agreement to, given footy's basically over for 2/3 of the podcast, we might as well just throw back in weekly discussion about Rings of Power. Maybe pencil that in. Oh no,
I won't be caught up. Because I thought you just said as well you were going to let a couple of them bank up too.
Yeah. Maybe starting October when footy season's actually over, we can do Rings of Power discussion.
Yeah, that makes sense.
We don't have to be hot off the press.
Yeah.
We are, biased sports journalists after all. We're not here for film.
Television, innit?
I guess.
Yeah. It's essentially filmed in fucking hour and 15-minute episodes. Hold on, let me check. Let me check how long the first episode is real quick.
They're longer than kids' movies.
They're longer than Land Before Time. I'll tell you that for free.
Mm-hmm.
Would you believe it's the top thing on Prime right now?
Makes sense.
There's 3 episodes out.
Oh, they did a little mini dump.
Oh, I love that. Last season they did it with 2 episodes off the bat.
Yeah.
August 29, 2024, hour and 16 minutes. Hour and 3 minutes. Hour and 7 minutes. You've got, the entire length of the 2 Towers extended edition ready to roll.
Yeah, look, maybe I won't binge them. It's a bit long.
Yeah, I just need to rewatch the first one because I like picking up all the small things.
Yeah. Blink, about 200 times.
All right. So we said we would do predictions last week, but we're actually going to do them next week. And then to wrap into that, also going to do a cheeky little trade wrap up, which I think is appropriate given that some of these trades are pretty good and should impact performance.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of trades, Liverpool have finally signed 2 players.
Wow,
flying in. One of them will not play for Liverpool this season. One of them has been signed as literally, I think, a piece of good business. Who I think I mentioned last week. It's the goalkeeper who currently plays for Valencia. Has been purchased from Valencia. Is staying at Valencia on loan this season. But Liverpool's gone, you know what? Young and was one of the best goalkeepers on a pretty underwhelming team at last Euros, given that, he's from a smaller nation that I can't remember right now. Romania-esque nation. Pretty sure it ends with "ia" or so. So good business.
Seems like a win-win.
Yeah.
Stays with, decent quality club.
Mm-hmm.
That club gets a boatload of money and keeps what, is probably a good goalkeeper for a season.
It's a bit nicer than the Chelsea model. Because
here's money.
Yeah.
Hand him over.
Because, Liverpool, oh, look, we want to plan for the future here, but we understand that,
it was probably part of your plans as well.
Yeah. So, hold on to him. You guys can plan a little bit ahead for the future. Everyone's just got...
Give everyone a little bit of time.
The jigsaw's got a little bit longer to be pieced together. It's great.
Yeah, not the Chelsea yoink. We'll be having this. Thanks very much.
Yeah, we'll have 50 fucking players.
Let's figure out where we'll loan him out to afterwards.
In other good transfer news, good transfer news, not good news for... it's weird. It's like a 50-50 because Barcelona had an injury the other day on Andreas Christensen, and so they ended up with squad cap room under La Liga rules in order to register the player they'd already transferred in, Dani Olmo.
Interesting.
Because something about injured players' wages. No, I'm not sure if it's entirely not counting, but yeah, essentially because he got... end result is Andre Christensen injured. Dani Olmo now has room to be registered in their salary rules.
Yeah, makes sense. Pulled the Vegas Golden Knights of La Liga, where they just put all their most experienced best players on the long-term injured list and then bring them back first week of playoffs,
Cheeky.
Where there's no salary cap.
That seems like a wild thing to do.
It is. It's crazy. The players were legitimately injured, but it just seems too convenient. It happened multiple years in a row.
I hate that.
For like 3 years in a row, the cup-winning team had one of their best players injured, put on the injured reserve, and then as soon as playoffs started, they were like ready to go.
Call the financial fair play department.
Exactly.
They're dealing with City at the moment, but they'll help you in the next decade. And look, honestly, that's kind of... Oh no, I didn't even say the real signing. Chiesa has been signed from Juve. He's coming from Juve to Liverpool.
To Liverpool?
Yeah, sorry.
Well,
yeah.
That's an interesting one.
That's a good one. It's a really good one. He's a winger, and I think predominantly he prefers to play on the right. So Salah hasn't had, except for Ben Doak, who was 18 or it was no older than 21. Salah didn't really have actually any person to play behind him, essentially. And so I think that position was probably one of the only positions that didn't really have the depth. At least at the front. Now all attacking positions are filled, which when you're in 4 competitions is pretty hard. So that's good. And then the fun part, though, is that Liverpool made a little bit of cash from Dominic Solanke being sold on from Bournemouth to Tottenham from decade ago at this point, essentially. And that fee that they made in that sell-on clause has paid for Chiesa's transfer fee.
How good. That's good business.
That is excellent business, yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty happy with that. I think I've seen lots of stuff recently about Serie A being described as a really tactical, game-to-game, managing game state and all this stuff. And I think he was the third most dribbles per 90 or take-ons or one of those stats where, you're running at someone with the ball.
Got it. Yeah.
He's had third most in the league last year. Must have been dribbles because it was only 7. So 7 successful dribbles per 90 or something. And I think you put him in a more exciting, free-flowing team, and hopefully that pays off even more. Just for clarity, the other 2 players with the most dribbles are that Georgian dude who plays for Napoli, who everyone rates real highly. He's number 1, and then 2 was dude that play Rafael Leao, who's valued at 90 million euros or even more than that or something. He's
So he's up there.
Yeah, so picking up essentially the third best winger in Serie A for 10 mil. Pretty not bad.
Pretty good shout. Are we going to do tips this week?
I could. How long have we been going for?
We might as well. An hour and a half.
Oh, yeah, we got time.
Yeah. A couple games into the season now. Tottenham sitting where they find themselves familiar, just outside the top 4 at 5th.
I'm feeling very unfamiliar in this tipping comp at the moment. I'm 3rd.
Oh, interesting.
Tied 3rd on 13 points.
Tough look for me.
Because tough look for you on 11 points.
Bad week last week.
I am only 1 off margin. Zach and Dan are up there currently on 13 points, only one off goal difference. So, I've already done this week's tips, turns out, because the ESPN app did the thing. But I can tell you what I've picked.
Fair enough. Arsenal, Brighton.
No, it's Arsenal, that one. By 2.
Two's a reasonable margin.
Yeah.
Forest, Wolves.
I've got Forest.
Yeah, me too. A lot of goals scored at Wolves last match day. A lot.
Yeah. Not great.
Yeah.
For the never-ending meme of 1-0 at Molineux.
Yeah. I think things are changing.
Yeah, it's unfortunate.
Leicester City, Aston Villa.
It's Villa. And
Villa,
also
probably.
Keep an eye on Villa. I know they didn't do great. They're not doing. They haven't played as well as I think they should have already. But they have just made some acquisitions. That'll Hawthorn went from 0-5 to the finals, so anything else can happen.
Yeah, powerhouse Aston Villa.
Yep.
Everton, Bournemouth.
I think Bournemouth have favoured a little much here, but Everton are shit. That's my problem.
They're so bad.
They're really not good. I've already picked Everton, and I might stick.
How bad?
Nah, fuck it. I've gone Bournemouth.
I don't know if either team's worse. A draw?
I don't think
it's too early. Bournemouth played 2 draws.
I don't think
so
they're
far.
both bad at attacking in that way. I think one of Bournemouth's strengths might be like Clive if he's still there. I think he's still there. He's fun. I can't Google it. Why would I?
Yeah. Brentford, Southampton.
I'm Googling it. Bournemouth lost to West Ham this morning. So.
Oh, wow. There you go. You've gone very robot-y. Wait,
tough that.
Might be back. Yeah, you've gone robot-y. Oh, well. It is what it is. End of the show.
Yeah, they still got Clive it.
Yeah.
Oh, they got Sinistera too. I forgot about that. Okay, you know what? All right, let's go Bournemouth. Put me down for Bournemouth.
Bournemouth. The show may hear him. He may not hear me.
I've been talking over you.
Yeah. A little bit, yeah. A little bit.
Back in Jiffy.
He's he'll be back. Guess we'll see. Continue the tips then. Brentford, Southampton. I'm going Brentford. See if Keelan rejoins us. Hello. Still nothing?
Test?
I can hear you.
No.
He's gone again. If he comes back, I'll just tell him to read off his tips real quick and then I'll do mine. Sending him a message. Testing. Hello.
Hey, we're on.
Okay.
I'm so sorry. Right. How much did I talk over you?
Oh, not much at all, really.
That's what I get for looking at my phone and podcasting.
There was enough of like delay and gaps that like I wasn't able to notice. I could hear you went a bit fuzzy, and I was like, it might just be a thing. And then it took a while because I wasn't talking, and then you were talking for me to realize you couldn't hear me. All right, let's rattle through the rest real quick. Brentford, Southampton.
I got Brentford, probably.
Brentford, yeah. Ipswich, Fulham. Probably Fulham.
I've actually got draw.
That's not
because
not
I think
option.
Ipswich have been a little bit pretty decent at managing. They played City last week. That's a bit, whatever.
Stitch up. Yeah.
But against Liverpool, they were pretty decent at managing the game initially.
Yeah.
So I've got draw. Might be a 1-1 situation.
Against a lesser opponent.
Yeah.
West Ham, Man City. It's probably Man City.
It's probably Man City there.
Yeah. Ooh. Newcastle, Tottenham. Tough one.
I think they're both a bit sussy. But I think I've got it down as Newcastle purely because it's a home game, and I'm not quite sure about Tottenham at the moment. That being said, Mickey van der Ven had an absolute fucking wild time last week, and so did Son. But also they played Everton.
Exactly. Yeah. How much can you take away from that?
Yeah.
I'm gonna go draw. To be honest, I'll get back to the bigger clubs. Bigger clubs draw. Chelsea, Crystal Palace.
Sorry.
Yeah, you go.
Chelsea.
Chelsea. Oh, Old Trafford, Man U, Liverpool. Jeez, Liverpool's pretty good, but this screams draw. This has big fat draw written all over it.
This has. It absolutely does not. It's Liverpool.
Big fat big club draw written all over it.
Here's my thing.
It's too early in the season for that, actually.
It's way too early to manage it that much. Arne Slot does not want to come out and manage a fucking game against Erik ten Hag, dude.
3 games into the season.
This is the Dutch dust up.
Yeah.
This is the Dutch the demolition derby. I mean, that being said, Liverpool's got way more Dutch players than United currently has. So
true. The Bald Bowl.
That's a good one. Well, see, the thing is about these two bald dudes. One of them actually looks like doesn't look like a fucking weirdo when he smiles. Like Erik ten Hag doesn't look natural when he smiles. Erik ten Hag is just like.
I don't think I've ever seen him smile.
Yeah, that's the thing. Whereas Arne Slot seems like he could be jolly sometimes.
Makes sense.
And also doesn't piss me off when he is in interviews, because Erik ten Hag sometimes in interviews is just a fucking doesn't make any sense. He's got no people skills almost.
Yeah, fair enough. All right.
So if Everton win after I've changed my tip, I'll be furious.
Surely they don't.
That's pretty unlikely, yeah.
Matt's flip this week, so no flip. We'll catch up on that next week.
What a dog.
El Clasico. But yeah, otherwise, Keelan, anything else?
Oh yeah, there legitimately was. I was meant to say another thing. Let me just see if it's funny now that we're this far past to where I should have said it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, it is. It legitimately is. So I was meant to say it as a second part of my Giants Bulldogs thing. But it's something I noticed in the official match recap. And it was one of the official match recap said the Giants struggled to penetrate the Dogs, and thank Christ for that. This is a family-friendly game after all. Yeah, he knew what he was doing with his phrasing.
Yeah, absolutely.
I was meant to go through and put that in Butcher of the Week, actually, because I thought that was actually some pretty dodgy phrasing, but...
Yeah. But knew exactly what was happening there.
He 100% knew what was going on.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, it's a nice little tidbit for the end. That's all I got.
Yeah, cool. All right, excellent. See you next week.
Scoring off and cheerio.